Guys, we are live and the legend is back. The legend continues. It's John Gibbons from the Anfield. Rap is in the house to talk all things LFC. John, how are you?
I'm really good, mate. Yeah, I'm really good. It's exciting time to be a Liverpool fan still, isn't it? We were all hoping for a bit of a favour from Wolves in the week, or Newcastle the weekend before. But it's cup final this weekend. We've got Paris to come. So yeah, I think we all should still be smiling, all still be enjoying the ride, and all still be, celebrating this wonderful team.
Yeah, listen, you'll always get people moaning and groaning and TikToking in the background. I mean, this Liverpool team it's surreal for me. It's been a surreal season for me. I mean, you're following Liverpool a long, long time, and you've been involved. For me, this season has just been. I don't even. It's so hard to even do podcasts and chat to people about it because it's just dreamland. I'm thinking I'm gonna wake up and this is all some sort of a dream. It's not real, you know. I mean, it's probably been a dream since October 2015, since Klopp's come in. To be real, to be fair, and I'm signing this extra little 2 years onto his two that were left. It's just coming together, John. Now, I would love to win the FA Cup tomorrow, and I would love to win the Champions League. Of course, we would. That's another podcast that they say. But this team, John. I mean. People are giving up on the league already. It's not over. We've 2 games left. I'm not throwing in any towel. We never give up. That's the motto of this team. We don't give up. It's going to be hard to win it. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be tough. But this team, the mentality of this team, an FA Cup final tomorrow, as you said, against Chelsea. The League Cup is already won against Chelsea. We have a Champions League final to look forward to. We have 2 league games to win. Just to keep us honest, I think. And I think this team will keep us honest, and Klopp will, obviously. But just for the season yourself, compiled into 5 seconds. I mean, it's just been crazy.
It has, yeah. And I think they deserve a lot of credit for what they did in terms of last season as well. We forget almost kind of what a tough season last season was. And I think, for them to bounce back the way they have, to automatically go back to challenging for all the honours, and that's what they've done, haven't they? They've challenged for absolutely everything that they could. Is incredible, really. And I think for the players who were out sort of long-term injured last year to come back and perform at the level that they have for the team, to almost say, well, right, well, last year was an honorary, let's sort of, pick up where we left off the season before and go back to this all-conquering juggernaut like they have is fantastic too. And so I think, whatever happens now, I think they deserve a lot of credit, but you do want them to win the trophies for them as much as us, really. They deserve it for what they've done. And so, it starts tomorrow with the FA Cup, and then we've got the big one in Paris, the one that we love. And so, yeah, it's now is the time, isn't it? But this is when the team, stepped up in the past, and you're confident they can do so again.
Yeah, as you say, obviously FA Cup final tomorrow at Wembley, 4:45 kickoff against Chelsea again. I mean, we beat them in the League Cup. We've had 2 draws in the league. So they've been tight games, John. There's been literally a Kapka miss and a Kelleher goal between us. So there's nothing between the teams. I don't think there'll be much tomorrow. I think it could go extra time and penalties again tomorrow.
It could, yeah, it could. It's going to be another tight game, because that's what this season's shown us. I think Chelsea on the day, there's not that much between them and Liverpool. I think Liverpool are proved to be more consistent over the season, and have been maybe a bit further along in terms of their evolution as a team, is what managers call it, don't they? But I think, on their day, I think Chelsea have shown this season that they can match Liverpool. I think the league games were slightly unusual. That home game comes very early in the season, 3rd game, where I think the team is still finding their feet a little bit after the sort of season before and everything that had happened. And then the away game is around, it's January 2nd, isn't it? Where we stuttered a little bit over Christmas. There was COVID in the camp and a few injuries and stuff like that. And so I don't think they can read too much into those league games, and I think it'd be dangerous for Chelsea fans to say, we sort of matched them in the league. But that League Cup game was really tough and could have gone either way in that League Cup final, and there's no reason why we wouldn't necessarily get another game like that, really. And so, yeah, going to be tough, but we've got the muscle memory of positive results at Wembley now. The final against them, and then obviously the City game as well. So they'll feel at home when they go. Obviously, the fans, it's going to feel like Wembley South, like the good old days. And yeah, I'm positive. I'm excited.
Are you going yourself?
Yeah, we're going down. Yeah, we've got the bus coming in the morning.
Wow.
So we're leaving from the office/studio about 8 a.m. Stop at a bit of brekkie on the way down and get down nice and early because I'd like to do a few videos and stuff from down there. So looking forward to it.
I'll tell you, me growing up over here in Dublin, the FA Cup was always special. The Saturday morning build-up. I'm sure you remember it yourself. There was a huge build-up on the Saturday. Not so much during the week. It was the Saturday morning, wasn't it? The St. and Greavesy show used to do a special and all. I'm going to show me age here, John. But for me, it'll always hold a special place in the heart of Liverpool fans. I know we've won it 7 times, so we want to win it 8 times, especially against Chelsea. I just want to win it tomorrow. Obviously, Champions League and all that. That can take care of itself. But tomorrow, I think it's a big game tomorrow for the club. And it's the only trophy Klopp hasn't won.
Yeah, he's not got many left. It's just that one. Yeah, so he'll want to win it, I think. And I think it was funny with the League Cup because I think he enjoyed that much more than what he thought he was going to in a funny sort of way. Like, I think, because in past few seasons, I think we've been a bit unlucky in the FA Cup over the last few years in terms of draws. We've got really tough away draws early when the kind of games where, in January, early February, where you'd like to be rotated and we've drawn, United away or Chelsea away, or even if it was Wolves in his first full season or so. So I think, he's been slightly unfortunate with the draws, but I think the League Cup, he was never sort of too bothered about really, but he, winning it this year, I think's given him a bit of a taste for it, and he's thought, well, maybe these domestic cups aren't too bad, and he was pumped after the final, wasn't he? Made up for the players, and so I think he'll really want to win this one, as you say, Dave. It's the last one to complete the set, which isn't bad, and so bring it on, bring Chelsea on. They're a good side, like we've said, but we're confident in our boys, aren't we? We're confident we can do it.
The only thing, obviously, tomorrow, Fabinho is out for the final. Let's hope he's back for the Champions League final. We have 2 weeks to that, but that's another thing. We can't control it, but he's going to be a loss, isn't he, in the middle tomorrow? He's been unbelievable.
He is. I think the Champions League final is the one for me. It's getting him right for that now. We can... Yeah. I think we can sort of go without him in this one. Fabinho, I think, look, they're good in midfield and they're strong in midfield, and whoever plays will need to be at it. But I don't think they've quite got those players that sort of play, in the pocket of space who can sort of really hurt you. Really, Mason Mount obviously sort of drifts and stuff, but it's more of a sort of front three they play, and then a sort of solid midfield. So I guess what I'm saying is I'd be more worried if we were playing, say, City this weekend without Fabinho, with the likes of De Bruyne and the, Bernardo Silva and the areas of the pitch that they pick up. I think with Chelsea, with the midfield that they pick, I think, as long as they're really good players, but as long as we're on it, I think we can match them with Henderson, Thiago, and either Fort, Keita. And so, but they need to play well because they've got good guys in there. And so, I think for me, with Fabinho, it's all about getting him right for Madrid now, getting him right for that Madrid game.
I take it to most of these players against Madrid, to be fair. I really do. I think Konate probably maybe comes in tomorrow as well, beside Van Dijk. I think it's a possibility for his pace, literally for his pace and his size. What do you think, Konate, Van Dijk? Or do you keep Matip in there?
It's a difficult one for me. I mean, to be honest, whoever plays, I'm not going to be too bothered because I think they're both elite defenders, and I think they're both playing well. And I think he's going a little bit horses for courses at the moment. He's looking at it and thinking, well, what are they likely to be doing, and how could I match that? Really, I think he got a bit caught out in that Spurs game. I think he expected Tottenham to play a little bit differently, and I think if he'd have had his time again, he'd maybe played Matip in that game for his quality on the ball, because we had with a lot of possession and a lot of time for the defenders, on the ball. Really, they weren't pressing at all, and Matip could have, I think, made a little bit more of that than Konate did. But I think for this one, he'll probably just sort of look at the team. It's obviously a difficult one. He plays Lukaku in the week, who's a very distinctive type of forward. I thought he played really well. Does good Lukaku get the start again? If so, who's the best sort of player to deal with him? And so he's got a decision to make there, but it's a nice one because the two good players, and also I think supporters, whoever you pick, will think fair enough, he's a good defender, and let's see how he goes.
The good thing is, John, we have options now. We didn't have options up till a while ago. Now we've got options. I mean, the likes of Diaz as well. I think Diaz, Mane, Salah, it seems to be the three he prefers to let loose. I'd say they probably will start tomorrow. It's not bad having Jota and Bobby on the bench either, is it though? I mean, we're living in a dream. As I say, we're going to go soon because it's going to be a short and sweet one, but I'm going to go for Liverpool. But I think it's going to be tight. I think it could even go to penalties. I really do. I hope not, because it's not good for the heart, but just once we win and pick up number 8 and just keep moving, building the momentum, win the 2 league games, see what happens there. You never know. We're not throwing in any towels. And of course, the big one on the 28th, number 7 against Madrid. We want revenge. We want to win that. I'm sure Mo Salah especially wants to win that for the club. But before we go, the FA Cup final, the tickets, there's been a lot of problem with the tickets. I know the Champions League final tickets have been probably even a bigger bloody problem, but what is the story with ballots and stuff? There was a guy emailing me this morning to ask you this question about FA Cup tickets. How do you get them? If you're a season ticket holder, are you in a ballot? What way does it work?
So for the cup finals, if you've been to every home game, you go into a ballot. If you've been to every home game and one or two aways in that season, then you automatically get a ticket. So I got a ticket for the FA Cup final automatically because I had all the home games and I went to Nottingham Forest away.
Wow.
The problem is that this year in the Champions League, they said the aways wouldn't count because they were aware that people wouldn't necessarily be comfortable traveling, and so they didn't want to punish people who didn't want to travel for sort of COVID reasons. So they went back a couple of years and did the aways from that one instead, which I understand. And listen, they said from the start that that's what they were doing, so there's no surprises as such. But for people who've been to aways this year and losing out in the ballots and people obviously to others, it's been a little bit tough to take. But listen, we could sell out both stadiums 4 or 5 times over on our own, couldn't we? The fan base is huge. There's so many people who are passionate, who want to go to games, and that the problem is that demand will always outstrip supply. And when you see how many UEFA or FA or the football family are taking, it does annoy you a little bit when you really dedicated supporters who've travelled up and down the country, not able to sort of get it. It's tough, and I get that. It's tough for sort of people, but I think you're always going to disappoint people, unfortunately, because this club's so huge and there's so many people who want to be part of it.
And as you say, I mean, I do differentiate between the type of legacy fans of people that have been following Liverpool in the 80s, 90s, noughties, who can't get into home games and can't go to cup games, Champions League games and stuff, when some guy comes along and just wants one ticket. But at the end of the day, if you're a Liverpool fan, you're a Liverpool fan. You just want to see the Reds play, John. It doesn't really differentiate, does it? You just want to see the Reds win.
Yeah, and everyone, and everyone's sort of got to start somewhere, really. And if you keep it as a closed shop, and if you say, well, if you've been going since 1990 or whatever, that you get more rights over someone who's
I never get to
started.
see
well, exactly, and what about sort of young people? What about is an 18-year-old who wants to start sort of going the game? How do they start? And so it's difficult, really, when you put everything into kind of categories and tiers and sort of things like that. Really, there has to be a balance. I don't think they've quite got it at the moment, but hopefully they will soon.
Okay, John, just before you go, do you want to tell anybody on the lads what you have coming up? Yeah, I'm sure the Anfield Wrap in the next 2 weeks is going to be absolutely crazy.
Yeah, loads of great content coming up. So download the app. That's the best way to get it all. If you've not downloaded it before, you get a load of free tokens when you first download it, and you can enjoy what we're doing. Check out the audios and video, and then decide whether you want to subscribe or just enjoy the free stuff, and both is fine. We've also got a big live event in Liverpool a week Saturday. There's still a few tickets for. So if you're over for the Wolves game, or obviously if you live in the city as well, and you want to come and join us in Mountford Hall on the Saturday night, that should be a really good party. We did it a few years ago, and it was absolutely
great. I was there
great.
in 2019.
Yeah, it was a good night, wasn't it, Dave?
They're always good nights. Any Anfield Wrap shows are good nights.
Yeah. So if people want to get tickets for that, they're on Eventim, the website Eventim, or just check out our Twitter, and come along. You won't regret it.
Right, we leave it there. It's been an absolute pleasure as usual. I'm actually in Liverpool, the Champions League weekend. I'm flying in early on the Friday morning till Sunday night. Hopefully there's a parade. We shall see. So I might pop into the studio and say hello on the Friday morning if he's there.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. I'll let you know anyway. John, Gibbons, the Anfield Wrap, thank you very much. Let's win that tomorrow. Let's bring home number 8, the FA Cup, and beat Chelsea. Thanks, guys, for the comments. Stay safe.